Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'll be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart. My peeps, my peoples. Peep Squad is in the building, baby. We going to the top. Baby, and we bringing others with us. So please become a part of Notification Squad, Peep Squad. Hit that notification bell, baby. Know each and every time I drop a video. And let me know what's on your mind. So let's talk about growing up hip hop. LA. Let's talk about Romeo Miller. He has been receiving a lot of backlash when it comes to Angela Simmons. People are saying that they feel like Romeo has, dissed all his friends. He's unfollowed them on Instagram, Twitter, and all social media sites. And they feel like, how can you do that, Romeo? And people are saying, how are you treating Angela like that? And why are you talking bad about Angela? We expect more from you, Romeo. So people have been hitting at Romeo for a minute now. And so he finally dropped down in the comments and he responded. And basically, he responded saying, please stop letting a TV show fool you with false narrative. I respect all those people. I was like, all those people? I was like, he don't probably mean no shade. But when we say those people, yeah, those people over there, And she goes, and he goes, but they are my co-workers more so than friends. So basically, he's saying that they're not like my not like my friends, they're like my co-workers. And he also says if you follow him on Instagram, you would know who are his friends and who he truly spends his time with. 95% of his time with is with his youngest siblings, and basically he's focusing on his family and helping them grow. But blessings and have a amazing year. So basically he dropped down and responded like, yo, those are my co-workers. I'm an EP on the show. I'm working with them. I'm not friends like that with them, basically. And I guess he felt like it wasn't something positive having them on his social media networking sites too as well. Maybe he's not liking what they say or do, because Romeo always really stays in like a positive type of atmosphere. That's just how he is. And if you listen to Brianna Latrice from Growing Up Hip Hop on her Instagram, she says Romeo always stays in a real comfortable environment where it's peace, love, and joy. And, he's not down for any type of negativity or anything that is not positive. That's just how he gets down. And he's truly a good person. But it seems like, Romeo is catching some backlash because people are feeling like he really dogged out Angela Simmons. And he shouldn't have said what he said to Vanessa Simmons about that. And plus, they're saying, Romeo, I thought you said that you was going to be there to support Angela Simmons when, her baby father, passed on. And so people are just really coming after Romeo. So you guys tell me what you think about the situation. So right after Romeo had responded to one of the comments, he just jumped on Instagram and he put a nice quote. This quote that Romeo put out there, it could be generic, it could be for anybody, but it seems like it is actually directed towards some of the people that he feels like that may be using his name in a negative light. And that would be Angela Simmons, and that would be JoJo Simmons, and it will also be Boogie, because they basically talk about Romeo, and they have, and not in a positive light recently because of the situation that went down between Romeo and Angela Simmons. So Romeo posted, baby. I was like, Romeo is not playing, and it just seems like he has a lot to get off his chest and he has a lot to say, and he ain't playing around with the situation. So he posted, the right people will never be mad at you for chasing your dreams. The ones who truly respect your space understands your journey. On a lighter note, now I see why Peter Pan wanted to stay a kid, haha. Growing up isn't a easy task. So, he's saying stuff like that, but it seems like he's coming at Angela because Angela has been coming at Romeo for the past 2 episodes of Growing Up Hip Hop LA, that, she's speaking about Romeo not, being there for her. Romeo's a bad person. Romeo is fake. He doesn't call me. He doesn't reach out. How can he just dog me out like this? How can he talk about my Instagram post? Like, she was truly, confused with Romeo and what was going on with Romeo too as well, where she went to her counselor or her therapist and actually talked about Romeo. Just basically, she feels like Romeo just abandoned her and disowned her, and she doesn't understand why. And why is Romeo judging what she posts on Instagram? Because she's posting pictures. You know, some people feel like the pictures are thirst traps. Some people feel like the pictures, she doesn't leave anything to the imagination. And, you know, Angela Simmons' therapist was telling her it's because he really cares about you. He really likes you. And that's why. And I don't understand why Angela doesn't see that Romeo does like her. He does care for her. But I don't think they are meant to be a couple, because if they was meant to be a couple, they would have already been a couple. And Romeo says on his Instagram post that I am not ignoring you. When your mind, your own business, people mistake it for ignoring them. They get offended when you become less accessible. When people don't respect your space and energy, they don't respect theirs either. They see you as a threat because you represent an aspect of them that's not avoiding or suppressing their own shit. And now they can't use you as a distraction to escape from it. The ability to be alone is the ability to love. Those who get along, everyone are people pleasers, spend their entire lives being fake. You don't owe anyone anything. Take your power back. Will disappoint those living in ego. You take everything personal because they think everything is about them. I was like, shit, Romeo, what's going on? You talking about Miss Angela Simmons, or are you talking about JoJo Simmons? Who are you talking about? Because Egypt did mention that you didn't even call her and you didn't show up to her birthday party. And some of the cast members, JoJo, Angela, and also Boogie, they feel like you don't come around, like you don't film with them. Like, where's Romeo at? Romeo's not here. It's a shocker that Romeo's not here. Why is it taking Romeo so long to show up? And, you know, also Egypt mentioned that, hey, Romeo, where you at? Like, you didn't even call me. At least Angela called me. So people are, you know, basically getting at Romeo. Like, why are you unfollowing everybody? But he's on his own journey. And I guess his journey doesn't include them. And, you know, JoJo was really upset at Romeo. He was yelling and screaming that Romeo's fake. He won't call me back. He won't answer my call. He's, you know, he's the real gangster on the show. He's a gangster. And basically talking about Romeo don't reach out to them. And even Boogie said the same thing too as well. And you have Angela saying that Romeo has not reached out to her. She's been calling him. She's been trying to get in contact with him, and he also said he was going to be there to support her, and he's not there, as at least as a friend. And basically she's upset because every scene now she's mentioning Romeo's name, and she's really disappointed and she's hurt because she feels like Romeo feels like he's better than them. And it seems like that's where the cast is going. Some of the cast members that I mentioned are going to that area where they feel like Romeo feels like they are beneath him. And also, not to mention, Angela did say that being in an abusive relationship, and being verbally abused and physically abused, she really just felt like she was damaged, and she felt like she wasn't good for anybody else, and who else would want her. So that can also be something where Angela has pushed Romeo away because of what she'd been through in the past and what she thought of herself. And then having Romeo say that, oh, you know, you're Angela Simmons. You don't got to post that stuff. You don't got to deal with these people that you're dealing with. You know, you're Angela Simmons, because he put her on a pedestal, not downing her, but he has Angela on a pedestal. And a upcoming episode, Romeo's going to say, Angela, you should have chose me. And that's all he wanted, was Angela to choose him. I don't know if Romeo actually said, hey, listen, I want you to be my woman. Did they have conversations? Did they talk about their relationship? Did they try to develop something? Because to me, it seemed like Romeo always put it out there that he wanted you, Angela, and he wanted to be with you, and he wanted you to be his woman, and he would do anything. He would have brought you that house. When you guys were house shopping in LA, he would have brought you that house. All you had to do was say, I'm yours, and he would be like, baby, yes, I'm taking you. And I believe Romeo will marry you. He wanted to marry you, and he probably still do. But there is also a scene where Romeo is with Master P, and they are going to a car dealership, you know, to pick up Master P's car because it was being customized. And, Master P was like, she's kind of damaged, damaged good because of the dude Sutton that RIP to him, the situation. She already got a kid. Basically, she's not the same Angela Simmons that you know of. She's a different person now. She has been through a lot of strife. And I think Romeo wanted Angela before she went down that rabbit hole that some of us go down the rabbit hole. But Angela has been through a lot of difficult situations. She's been verbally abused, physically abused. She's a single mother. And she had sex before marriage, and her father is a preacher, and she had to live up to them standards, and she didn't want to. She just wanted to be the regular girl from the block. That is why she chose a man like Sutton, because he was from the block and he was doing things on the block too as well. And she didn't want to be put up on a pedestal, as which Romeo wants to be a role model. He wants to be an inspiration. He wants to lead by example for his family, for his brothers, his sisters, his cousins, and also for people that follow him and support him too as well. And Romeo might do some dirt in the dark, but he does not want any of that to be publicized, and he doesn't want any relationship that he's in to be publicized too. So the big question is, is Romeo wrong for what he said to Vanessa, saying that, she's Angela Simmons, she's better than that, she don't have to post thirst traps, she doesn't have to date these type of guys, she doesn't have to do that? And is Angela wrong for talking negative about Romeo? And is JoJo wrong too as well, talking negative about Romeo? Or was JoJo just defending his sister because his sister was hurt? Yes, this could have been a better way that JoJo could have went about it, because what if Romeo would have stepped to JoJo? Then that would have been a whole situation. So you guys tell me what you think about the situation between Angela Simmons and Romeo. Yes, but Angela has been talking very negative about Romeo since he said what he said about her to Vanessa. So you guys tell me what you think.